Hi my loves, welcome to your cosmic weather report for the week ahead. We've got a really powerful week this week of transformation and self-discovery and inner knowing and magic and worth and power and alchemy. And so everything that we went through over the eclipse portal and the Aries full moon last week, which I know a lot of you really felt that Aries full moon, this week now is where it's all going to begin to make sense, what the eclipses and the Aries full moon was showing us. And this is where now we get to alchemize, transform, and begin to embody those new changes and really begin to just move differently, show up differently, know ourselves differently. So the astrological week begins on Tuesday when we get the Sun square Pluto. And this is going to really set the tone not only for the rest of the week, but also for the month ahead. Because the Sun, the following day, is going to move into Scorpio. Pluto rules Scorpio. So this day is really going to set us up for Scorpio season and show us what our work is going to be over this season. Now, on this same day, and this is so beautiful, we also get Mercury trine Saturn. So first of all, let me talk about Mercury trine Saturn for you. As Mercury trine Saturn, you're going to be able to really see in no uncertain doubt where you have given away your power and lost yourself. And where in particular, you look to the outside world for a sense of approval, validation, permission, worth, to be told who you can or can't be or what you can or can't do. And so you're going to be able to really see where you abandon and alter yourself to try to fit in with the idea of what you think the outside world and other people want you to be. So you're going to be able to really see where you've lost and abandoned yourself and strayed from your truth and strayed from your soul, and where you've not been in authenticity in your life. Because there's only so long we can do that for before it starts to feel really kind of icky. And this is going to be the moment where you're like, wow, I've given away my power there. I've lost myself there. I'm chasing after something here that just isn't feeling good or right for me. I'm being a version of myself here that just isn't someone that I want to be. I'm showing up here in a way that I don't really want to be showing up anymore. And so this day is going to ask you to really find an inner sense of authority and boundaries and foundations. After everything I've just grown through over the eclipses and the Aries moon, this is who I'm going to be. I'm going to really anchor into a strong sense of self. And so on this same day, the Sun squaring Pluto, as the Sun squares Pluto, it takes us through a big death, rebirth and transformation portal. The Sun is your identity. It's how you're here to shine. It's who you are. And meeting Pluto really asks you to shed those old, outdated versions of you that look to the outside world, or morph yourself, or abandon yourself, or alter yourself. Shed those versions of you that seek things from anywhere outside of you, and begin to really step into your true authenticity and your true power and your true knowing and your true worth. This is who I am. This is what I deserve. This is what I'm worthy of. And anything that doesn't honor that, I'm setting a real inner boundary around no more. You remember I talked to you a lot last week about that Aries full moon being like, no more, no more. This is where the boundary gets set. This is where it is like, no more now. I'm finding myself. I'm finding me. And yes, it is a little bit scary. It always is a little bit scary to begin to step into the unknown, or begin to do things in a way you haven't done them before, or to begin to show up in a different way, because you're always going to get kickback. But remember, it's kickback from those people that have benefited from you being how you are. And in all truth, it's way more scary to spend the rest of your life not being who you came here to be and allowing yourself to be walked over and abandoning and losing yourself. That's way more scary. So this week is going to really, really help you to step into that deep inner authority of overcoming your fears and being brave and saying, this is it. This is what I'm shedding. This is what I'm letting go of. Now, this just continues then on Wednesday. On Wednesday, the sun moves into Scorpio, so we move into Scorpio season. So Scorpio season always takes us into that deep inner alchemy and transformation, where we're really taken within, into our inner knowing, our intuition, our magic, and our power. Scorpio season asks you to take back your power and your magic, to remember who you are, and to really begin to self-source everything it is that you need. So to become the source of your own love and approval and worth and validation. Because remember that everything that you want in life begins with you. The way you feel about yourself, the way you talk to yourself, the way you allow yourself to move through the world, that sets the foundation for everything else that comes into your life. And so anything that you want to create in life has to first start with you. If we're looking to the outside world and manifesting something in the outside world to help us to somehow escape from our lives, we're living in more of a fantasy world, and the power then is always going to be in the outside world. When anything in the outside world is responsible for your happiness, for your worth, for your life, you're always dependent on that thing. And if that thing ever changes or disappears, so does your happiness. So we need to find, Scorpio season wants us to find that deep foundation within you of that knowing that anything that you want has to start with you. So if you're looking for a relationship to help you to escape from the loneliness in your life and to help you to feel loved and worthy, you need to first find that within yourself. Otherwise, you're always chasing it outside. And once you have within you that foundation of love and worthiness, you're going to then naturally bring those things into your life, but then they will only add to your life. They won't be the reason, oh, my life will change when I get this relationship or this job or this. You'll always be waiting. What is it I'm looking for in these things? And let me first give that to myself right now. Whatever it is you're looking for from those things, you can give it to yourself right now. And that's what Scorpio season really wants to take us into, to take back your power. You can give yourself whatever it is that you need right now. You can give yourself the words of affirmation, the love, the approval. So when then that person comes in or that job comes in, they just add to your already beautiful life that is centered on you. This season always takes us deeply into our intuition as well. So I'd really love for you to pay attention to those inner stirrings, that inner magic, that inner alchemy, just that real remembering of who you are, to trust yourself. If I'm feeling this, I'm not going to doubt it or second guess it or ask 15 people about it and whether I should do it. I'm going to trust me and I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do it. So really begin to listen to your inner world. Scorpio season, just like nature all around us, really begins to take us into our inner world, back into that quiet and stillness and magic and awareness within that helps us to really know who we are. Now then Thursday, this is such a beautiful week. Thursday, we get the last quarter moon in Leo. So as we know, the last quarter moon is that time of the lunar cycle where we really shed, release and let go of anything that we don't want to take into the next cycle with us. And so as we get the last quarter moon in Leo, as we wane down towards that Scorpio moon, we're really being asked now to let go of anything that dims your shine. To let go of anything that keeps you from being authentically and honestly and truly you. As we looked at on Tuesday with the Sun square Pluto, when the Sun square Pluto asked you to begin to shed those versions of you no longer need, this is where I'd love you to do a life inventory. To look at yourself, your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions, how you talk to yourself, how you move through the world. You move through the world like this or move through the world like, this is me, this is who I am. But also then a little life inventory, my relationships, my work life, my home. What areas of my life dim my shine? Where is it I go to this place or spend time here and I'm like, and I just start to like shrink a little bit, or I notice and I'm abandoning, I'm being this version of me that I'm not. This is a time to really begin to let go. I'm even giving you the like hands of the clapping. You've got to start to let go of all that dims your shine and prevents you from being you. And Leo rules the heart. So this is also a really beautiful time to look at, where are you holding on to resentment? Where have you not forgiven something, including yourself? Where are you still holding on to things in the past? Where are you allowing yourself again to be barricaded up so all of you can't shine through? And work on really healing and letting go of those things. The last quarter moon in Leo wants you to really step into your power and express your most authentic self. And so we need to be looking at anything in our life that prevents us from feeling like we can be all of who we came here to be and show up as all of ourselves. So do a little life inventory on this day. What is it that dims my shine? What is it that kind of puts out my light or dampens my spirit? These are the things I want you to really work on starting to let go of. And then Friday, we get a big day Friday. We get Mars sextile Uranus. And so this just kind of finishes off the week in such a beautiful way. As Mars sextile Uranus, there is this, first of all, an openness to change, an openness to take risks, an openness to just do things, to do the things. But Mars meeting Uranus also gives you this sudden clarity and this sudden moment and this sudden deep, deep desire to free yourself, to just be like, this is who I am, this is how I want to live, this is what I want for my life. And I don't want to be held back or held down anymore, whether that's by my own fears and my own doubts or other people's opinions or what they might think of me. Like, no. I'm constantly putting my life on hold while I'm waiting for my fears to not be there anymore, or for them to say, oh yeah, you should definitely do that. And this day is going to be a day where you're like, I'm not putting my life on hold anymore. I'm not putting my life on hold anymore. I want to be me. I want to live my life. I want to take hold of life with both hands and not be so scared of things anymore and just do the things I want to do. And so I would love to ask you to do over the weekend or make a plan for next week. I'd love you to do even just one thing that is out of the ordinary or unexpected. So just do one thing, just one, that's a little bit wild, that makes you go like, oh, I just did that. Do one thing that sets you free. And that might mean speaking up for yourself or disagreeing with someone that you've always gone, and just agreed with, or doing a brave thing. You know, sending off the CV, making a phone call, telling that person that you like them, whatever it might be. Just do one thing, just one thing for me and tell me what it is. I'd love to hear what it is. And I'd also then love to hear what happens from it. And it might not be that that one thing produces anything, but I promise you that one brave, bold step will unravel something in your life where something then goes, it's like dominoes, and all of a sudden you'll be like, oh, Kirsty, then this thing happened. I did the thing and then the thing. So I just want you to do one thing that's out of the ordinary or unexpected. And that might just be walking a different route to work, if that's enough for you right now, or, you know, just do one thing that wouldn't be expected of you. Go try one dance class you'd never normally have done. Do something that just takes you out of the kind of the monotony of your life. And I want it to be something that makes you feel like you, and that also makes you feel like a tiny bit afraid, but afraid that's excitement, that makes you go like, oh, Kirsty really asking me to do something like big here, but okay, I'm going to listen to you, I'm going to do it. So one thing that is out of the ordinary for you or unexpected, and especially if it's something other people wouldn't expect of you, because then you give other people permission to also do something a little bit wild and a little bit free. So in Scorpio season, the season of the witch, the wild woman, I want you to embrace that energy and do something a bit wild and a bit free. We've learned a lot over the week about who we are, what we're shedding, and now it's the time to shed that and do something that takes you into the next level of self. I'm fast running out of time. I'm going to leave you with all of my love. Have a beautiful week.